Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. So we've had some time now to compose ourselves and let the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement sink in. As you know, just yesterday Nintendo unveiled the Nintendo Switch 2 officially in a very to the point, or some might say direct, trailer that they shadow dropped pretty much out of the blue. The Nintendo Switch 2 reveal gave us the very first look at the upcoming console, and even from a short video gives us a very good idea of what hardware features exist, how the Joy-Con will work, and how the system looks in general. Despite being only 2 minutes long, Nintendo took this opportunity to tease us with the next Mario Kart game, presumably Mario Kart 9, for the first time, confirming their best-selling Switch game worldwide will launch on the Nintendo Switch 2 and most likely be a launch title. Sadly, we didn't see any other games including Animal Crossing, despite Animal Crossing New Horizons being the best-selling Switch game ever in Japan and the second best-selling Switch game worldwide, but it was only a 2-minute trailer after all. This won't be the case for long, I'm sure, as Nintendo have announced in the Switch 2 reveal trailer that a Nintendo Direct for the system will drop early April, which is of course not really that far away at all. Also, as a bonus tidbit, there's rumours suggesting that we'll see a Direct before then, focusing on the original and current Nintendo Switch, but Nintendo haven't confirmed this yet. Anyway, the announcement trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2 did include some useful information, which is great news for Animal Crossing fans and has since been cemented even further thanks to Nintendo's press release. Towards the end of the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer, Nintendo reconfirmed that the Nintendo Switch 2 will of course be backwards compatible with normal Nintendo Switch games. I say reconfirmed because they did allude to this several months ago, but now it's 100% confirmed that we can play our Nintendo Switch catalog on the Switch 2, and this of course includes both physical and digital games, which honestly is great news. Now, some people are worried because it does state that not all Switch games will be compatible or work as intended on the Switch 2, and naturally the community is wondering which games they're referring to. Now, Nintendo also stated they'll confirm these details at a later date, but honestly it's most likely in reference to Nintendo Labo, as in some instances these require a specific Switch size, and of course the Switch 2 is much larger. This is also already the case for Nintendo Switch OLED consoles, for example. Another set of games that may not be compatible with Nintendo Switch 2 are games that use the IR camera, as currently it appears that the IR camera feature has been removed from the Joy-Con, which again rules out a very tiny subset of Switch games. Although it's worth pointing out that we don't know for sure if the IR camera has been removed. It's hard to tell from a short trailer, and Nintendo haven't confirmed anything yet surrounding the exact hardware features. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. What this likely means though is your favourite game, including Animal Crossing New Horizons, given it doesn't utilise these features, will be 100% compatible for Nintendo Switch 2 and work as intended. And for those still worrying that New Horizons may somehow fall into the handful of games that won't work with the Switch 2, well, Nintendo included Animal Crossing New Horizons in the promotional image in their press release and website in the backwards compatibility section, alongside several other top Nintendo Switch games. So it's a very safe bet that Animal Crossing New Horizons will be backwards compatible with the Switch 2. I mean, it would be pretty crazy for the best-selling physical Nintendo Switch game in Japan and the second best-selling Nintendo Switch game in the world not to work with the Nintendo Switch 2 right out of the gate. So hopefully this is comforting to those of you who were worried about not being able to play New Horizons on the next system. Also, as a bit of a side note, Nintendo have previously confirmed that Nintendo Switch Online will return to Nintendo Switch 2, which makes sense again because why would Nintendo scrap a platform millions of people are already subscribed to? But also, this is reiterated in the trailer by Nintendo confirming digital games will be compatible with Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, which obviously means games can be transferred either through system transfers or by reading downloading them through your Nintendo account. Anyway, this little bit of information suggests that it will be super simple to move your existing Animal Crossing New Horizons island over to the Switch 2 if you so choose to, because if digital games are compatible, the island transfer tool will also be compatible, meaning you can of course either choose to start a fresh New Horizons island on the Nintendo Switch 2 or continue your existing island. Personally, I would download the island transfer tool now just so you have it ready just in case it's removed or something, but I doubt it will be. Anyway, outside of this, it's not long until the first ever Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, where I'm sure we'll get a glimpse of what Nintendo has planned for Animal Crossing on the Switch 2, whether it's a simple patch to add new content to New Horizons to utilize new Switch 2 features, or a completely new Animal Crossing game that will launch one day. Either way, I'd be very surprised if Nintendo ignored Animal Crossing during the launch of the Switch 2. It wouldn't make sense to do that. Putting the recent Nintendo Switch 2 reveal aside, they're going to want users, including the 43 million Animal Crossing players, to upgrade and switch to the Switch 2. So if they don't have a new game plan for Animal Crossing, they're going to want to convince people to switch, and one way would be to add new content and functionality to New Horizons that utilizes the apparent mouse technology or the rumored built-in microphone, for example, which enhances the New Horizons experience and encourages Switch owners to upgrade. After all, Nintendo love to use Animal Crossing to promote their odd peripherals and unique hardware, but that's a whole other topic. So there we have it, good news all round for Animal Crossing New Horizons players, and an exciting future for what's next for the franchise as we enter a new generation. Trust me, it's only a matter of time. So if you love Animal Crossing, be sure to stick around with the channel because I'll be updating you every step of the way and reporting on everything you need to know surrounding the future of Animal Crossing. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to post joy in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include whether or not you'll be getting a Nintendo Switch 2 and what you hope to see from Animal Crossing in the next generation. If you took any value from this video, please leave a like, it helps out so much and just means I can continue to bring you the latest Animal Crossing news going forward. Thank you so much to the Patreon and channel members for supporting this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to check out my cozy Let's Play channel where we're currently playing through retro Animal Crossing games. I'd love to see you over there.